All right, Malibu and Oliver. Are you going to creep up over here? I know. Can't go farther than that. We'll take up the whole space. There you go. I know. You're just a purring. So, good morning, everyone. Give it a few minutes for people to come. No, gotta stay over here. Gotta stay over here. Ah, hi, Shaz. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to I'll rearrange here so I can show books, but I had to take a thumbnail, so I laid it all out. Hi Terry, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Little Malibu just wants to be right here. Okay, you gonna back up or you gonna hunker in? Oh, don't fall off. You'll fall on your brother who's sitting in the chair. Oh my goodness. Hi, Kat, Missy. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Dawn, good to see everybody. Keeks, good morning. Um, doing okay? All right. Well, good to see you. We'll pull some prompts here in a little bit. You're not? Are you getting tired of prompts, Terry? If you get tired of prompts, let me know. Of course, everybody can write prompts down. They can write them down and put them in their Society of Idea Collector notebook for future reference. Can y'all hear me okay? Because my microphone's back here behind the books. I tried to leave a little microphone space. There's my little microphone space. Can y'all hear me okay? Not tired? Okay. I talk loud enough. I can probably talk over these books. Talk over the books. Hi, Laverne. Let's see. So I'm Missy. Try to catch everybody for the first, few minutes coming in. I got a cat here and I got another one right next to my hip. Malibu's getting tired of this. She goes, okay. Oh, all right. Oliver left. She's leaving. They're both leaving. They decided they're both going to leave. That's okay. I can squinch my chair up a little bit. There we go. Oh my goodness. So yeah, y'all working on anything? I did finish my other dog commission and sent the photo off to the person to make sure they like it. And great sound. Okay, good. Maybe the books are giving me better sound. Let me move this over just a little so I can kind of. There's the microphone right in there. Oh, let's see, Belinda. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Keith says, blanket hello, because you're working on. Okay. All right. Shh. Okay, Keeks. Okay. We talk quiet. We talk quiet when people are working. Hi, Riri. I haven't looked though. I saw that you sent me something on Instagram, but I hadn't checked it out yet. I've been setting up. So I'll look at it after a while. Hi, Janet. How you doing? And Janet streams at 1 Eastern. It's probably too early for me to ask her what she's doing today. Uh, I try to find something fall for a new paper and new background, and all I could find was a periodic table. And I do have my lights up here, which I don't want that to distract, from the writing. So anyway, let's see, Jaya. Let's see. Let me get a sip of my lemon water. I gotta reach up over here. I keep my water on the other side of the other table here, so no accidents can prone to happen. And I got my banana, so hopefully my voice will hold. And yeah, so I went through. I spent about an hour yesterday going through. Whoops. Okay, something's gonna jiggle. All right, it's gonna jiggle because I'm just gonna have to be careful because the cord. I moved the camera forward a little bit so that I'd have the book space here, but it's gonna make the camera jiggle. I'll have to be aware. Otherwise, I'll have to readjust my yardstick. My camera hangs down from a yardstick. No clue yet, Janet. Okay. Pamela. Hi, Pamela. Pamela, did you get my answer on the email that so that you could know that what I meant when I was saying about the uh, memberships pay versus super chats? I don't know if I made. I mean, I might have made people misunderstand when I was talking last week about not taking memberships from. I don't do memberships, but I do super chats. I still do super chats, and I do send out thank yous to anybody that sends me a super chat. So I just don't do memberships. So maybe I didn't make that clear. So let's see what else. Let's see, Laverne. Okay, thanks, Pamela. I appreciate it. Hi, View. So I spent about an hour yesterday, and I wrote. I have a. I'm going to read this off to y'all. After I pull prompts, I'm going to read this to y'all. So, what kind of books I did pull and what ones I didn't. So, here's the thing. Y'all get out because y'all are my first regulars here in the morning. Get out a pen and paper and make notes for either your Society of Idea Collected. Don't think and Kat, do not post links to all these books. If someone really can't needs to find one, that's one thing. But I'm going to try to remember to read off the ISBNs. Do not make Kat's hand hurt writing or typing in all these lookups. Okay, do not do not do that, Kat. I'm serious. I'll have to put you in the corner, and nobody puts Kat in the corner. So do not, if you want to do one or two or ones that you really like or something, Kat, that's one thing. Do not try to put links to all these books. I'm serious now, girl. Look, I gotta get a teacher voice on. Do not put links to all these books. Hi, CB. Anybody else coming in I missed? So, yes, Riri. Well, you don't put in links, Riri. Nut. Hi, Messy Die. And Messy Die did a stunning. Um, she finished up her Viking journal. It's got leather and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I think she's selling it unless it's already sold. I know it's not going to be cheap. I'm telling you. If Kat, if you want to put a link into Messy Die's channel, go ahead. She did she said it was for sale and you had to contact her, so I didn't ask how much it was, but I'm telling y'all, it's a leather journal this thick. It's a Viking journal. It's amazing. So, serious inquiries only, right, Messy Die? Serious inquiries only. So, anyway, it was beautiful. It was stunning. It was a stunning journal. I just follow the day. Riri. Oh, I see what you're saying. Riri's hand hurts because every time Kat puts in a link, Riri follows that link. I get it now, Riri. Y'all are so fun. You saw it, View. It's gorgeous, right? And there, Kat just put a link into Messy Die's Viking Journal. It's amazing. Hi, Debbie. Marilyn. So I'm going to say good morning for a couple more minutes. And so I spent a couple hours, well, I'd say an hour. I didn't just, well, I kind of did just do it solid an hour. And went in two different rooms to pull these books to, to show mixed media. Because I said last week, I said, how many of y'all want to see another review or an update again on mixed media books, and everybody wanted to do it. So I pulled a lot of books to show. We're gonna get crack-a-lack in here in a minute, and I'm gonna read y'all what I pulled and what I did not pull. So here's what I want y'all to do while I'm, especially while I'm reading this. While I'm reading this, I want y'all to write down, like for instance, I'm not showing watercolor books. So I want y'all, if y'all want to see watercolor books, then write down, I want to, just make a list, just make a notes of what you do want to see that I'm not showing today. I'm not showing calligraphy books. I'm not showing watercolor books. So that sort of thing. So make notes of what you do want to see, because I can pull this many books on practically any art topic you might have. So, but I don't want to pull it all and have to put them all back. It took me like five, one, two, three, about five trips up and down the stairs to pull these. Not that I'm complaining, but I'm just saying I don't want to pull books that y'all don't want to see. Hi, Arlene. So, yeah, Joyce. Anybody I'm missing here? So yeah, I got a new little welcome. I have a thank you, or I have a great thankful. What does it say? Thankful. I have a thankful one that's I'm purple. I'm thinking about doing my collage pumpkins. Obviously, I don't want to put out pumpkins and a whole bunch of that kind of stuff until at least toward the end of September, mid September maybe. Anyway, so but I thought, well, we could do some fall stuff. So I got a sunflower and I got a welcome pumpkins in white, just to have some kind of fall something something. And again, I tried to find something. I'm going to have to go out and try to find some paper that has maybe some fall, some kind of background. So the only thing that I could find in kind of yellow colors was my periodic table poster. So that's what I got here on the desk today. Let's see, what else do we got going on? Kimberly, hi Kimberly. I said hi to Shaz earlier. There's Tina. Good morning, Tina. And let me get my, come on, mouse, wake up. I have to turn it on and off, and it just, oh, it's annoying. So Tina's saying good morning to everybody. Let's see if I've caught everybody. So hi to Keith. Dawn, did I miss Dawn? And then she's got another whole list. And good morning, Tina. Saying good morning to as many people as she can squeeze on the little list there. I do appreciate that. When people say good morning to more than one person, then they can see everybody coming in. So let's see. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. So yeah, I think I've said hi to everybody. Well, I know, right? This is I don't know. I've talked about it before. I've never had a mouse that goes to sleep to save on the battery. I mean, come on. I'm shaking it and turning it off and on, and doing all kinds of things. And somebody said there's some settings you can go into and fix it and all that. Yeah, I know. And I appreciate that, Tina. Tina says because she wants everybody to feel welcome. We do. We want people to feel welcome here. Hi, Lisa. We do want people to feel welcome and try to have a place to come and have some some peace. All right, so so well, I'll wait on this for just a minute. So y'all get some paper and pen out. So if y'all want to make any notes about that, um, what else here? Let's go ahead and do the prompts. Let's go ahead and do the prompts, and then I want to show y'all. Logan has another PSA video for his school. He's a senior this year. Can y'all believe Logan's a senior? And now he's going to be captain of the wrestling team. And he's already applying to some colleges. And yeah. All right. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and the top. I am kind of zoomed back out, and I know the camera's jiggling because I have it pulled way out. So the fulcrum or whatever. That's why I have stupid wired mouse. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. I know it, right? I know. The time just goes by. Okay, here we go. So today is 8/17/26. We pull 5 prompts. At least if y'all have a Society of Idea Collector notebook, which if y'all don't know what that is, I do have a playlist. And in my playlist, I have Society of Idea Collectors. I have mixed media. I have altered abandoned books. I have um, art journals, mixed media. I have a whole bunch of different playlists. And so, if you don't know what Society of Idea Collector notebook is, I do have a bunch of videos over there. And if you have any questions on what it is, if you've looked at those videos and have any questions, just ask me. It's just a way to collect your ideas, keep your ideas and thoughts down on paper, because I can tell you, you probably have 100 new ideas every day, but they just float through your head and you don't write them down and you'll forget them in an hour or within the day. So you got to write those ideas down. And usually when you're thinking of one idea and you want to develop that idea, other ideas are coming to you and they may or may not be connected to your main idea. And but if you don't write them down, you're going to lose all those little sub ideas that come when you're thinking of the big idea. So you need to have some, even a post-it note. I write more things on post-it notes to start with than anywhere else, and then they can transfer into other notebooks, journals, traveler's notebooks, composition books, 3-ring binders, however you keep your ideas. But you need to keep them. Oh, thanks, Kat. Kat put a link to my SOIC. We started doing a hashtag with SOIC, Society of Idea Collectors, but I think there's a school that's their acronym for their school, so we can't really hashtag it. So, but the important thing is just to write down your ideas. Okay, so here we go. Here's our prompts for the week. And so even if you don't do the prompts, write them down on a prompt list or a prompt tab in your journal or notebook. Okay, here we go. Any veggie. Oh, I'll wait and write them down now. Any veggie, dots, beach, fox, and tree roots. So there we go. And Terry does them every week. She usually has them done by the end of the week or during the week. I went back to comp books for science. Yes, composition books, guys, because you don't feel like they're precious. During school, back to school time, you can get them for under 50 cents for a composition book, and the pretty ones are like $1. So, of course, you can always cover them yourselves, but just someplace, and then you can tab them too. You can put tabs. Y'all know I've shown y'all my different ways to do Society of Idea collecting notebooks with tabs and three-ring binders. So good, Arlene. Okay, so here we go. Any veggie, dots, beach, fox, and tree roots. Okay, let me hold this up for y'all. So here's the prompts for the day, or the week rather. Prompts for the week. You like them? Good, Terry. Terry does amazing illustrations. If y'all don't follow Terry, Terry Brett 3 on Instagram, by Wednesday she'll have something illustrated with these prompts. Let's see. Arlene's knows how to fix settings for the mouse. If she says, I'll go back and look at it later, Arlene, if you say. She wore itsy bitsy teeny with yellow polka dot bikini, and it was a fox. Yeah, good one. Messy palette die. All right, so there's that. Okay, and then let's move that. I keep that over here. Oh, stretch. The only thing about this big chair, it's so wide, but the cats like it, so whatever. I'll get used to it eventually. All right, so I'm going to show you from Logan's school. Logan's school, they do a weekly, from the school. The kids do the announcements. That's the word I'm trying to think of. The kids do the announcements, and Logan made a new PSA. So I went right to it. I went to the if you want to see it, that's the it's VTV is his school's videos. So I went right to the PSA. All right, y'all ready? All right, so this is Logan's PSA for the school. I went right to it so y'all didn't have to watch everything and The Pledge of Allegiance. They do a Pledge of Allegiance and all that. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let me see if I have the volume up. Hang on. Let's see here. I think I do. All right, there we go. All right, do I need to turn down that light thing? Oh, I don't know. I'll mess it up. Here we go. Let's just try. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right, here we go. That's Logan right there. I don't want too much music. I'm going to turn the music down. So they log into their school like this. And he's late. So yeah, there's a school's PSA for not being tardy. Isn't that good? I love his. He's gonna be he's gonna be a filmmaker at some point in his life. I just know it. He'll be a filmmaker. So he already is a filmmaker. So yeah, he is, Janet. He is. So thanks for humoring me with my grandson's video. All right. So now get your pen and paper out. I know. And he does all different ones with his friends. They do different ones on don't drink and drive, and they take it serious. They do take it serious. All right, so here's some things. Y'all ready? Okay, so I'm gonna read some of these things that here's some of the ones I tried, the books that I tried to avoid. And I hope I'm not shaking this too much. I might have to adjust this. We'll see. Or be careful not to bump into the table. When I bump the table, it has a ricochet up the pin wall and over to the yardstick and down to the camera, and it shakes it. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Y'all know I'm not a videographer. That's why I don't do room tours and stuff like that very often. I've done a couple, but Okay. These are the books I tried to avoid. So if you want to see some of these books later, then write them down and let me know. Unless I didn't want to appear like creepy cat. Oh, I'm sorry. Something's cat said I missed. What did I miss cat saying? Let's see if my mouse will behave. Hi, faithful mouse. Who else am I missing? Heidi. Hi, Heidi. Vanessa. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I said hi to Belinda. I know, right? CB, time does fly, right? Okay, so let's see. Okay. So I try to avoid collage book, and when I say that, there's going to be some books here that have collage in them, okay. But specific. I try not to say specifically. Hubster goes, "Did you just say specifically?" I go, "No, I said specifically." He goes, "Okay, that's what I thought." He'll correct my grammar in a second, which is good. I don't want to be. I want my grammar to be. Okay, anyway. So I tried not to pick, and y'all know I have at least this many just collage books, but these are the ones that I tried to avoid having just a whole bunch of those, like collage or, those type of like collage soup or anything like that, or color books. I did not pull color books. And they all can be that I'm reading to you now can still be used in mixed media, like watercolor, calligraphy. I didn't pull those books, but they can still be used in mixed media, right? Now there may be a watercolor something in here or something like that, but I tried to avoid specific books to these topics. Botanical artists and botanical books. I tried to avoid those comics and graphic novels, except I did pull Linda Berry. Okay, I did pull Linda Berry. I did not pull watercolor or specific to acrylic, although I have different ones here using acrylics in your mixed media. Children's books. I could, do a top. I could do children's books topic. Prompt books. Now I do have a couple kind of prompt esque books. Like, look at this. Every day is epic. This kind of thing. So I have a few like this just to show you that those kind of prompt books can be used in mixed media. But I tried to avoid just doing a whole section with prompt books, but I did include a couple. Art history. I tried to avoid art history or like a book on Picasso or that kind of thing. But I did pick a couple. I picked Arthur Rackham and Hieronymus Bosch. So I have a couple, but I tried not to do too many. And the reason I picked those is because I see mixed media esque ideas in them. Okay. Hi, Rainbow. Put it in caps, guys. Put it in caps if you're talking to me, and do not expect Kat to put links to all these. If she hurts her hand, I'm going to feel terrible. Do you hear that, Kat? Okay. So I did not include art history except a couple books on paper, like any kind of paper making, collage, origami, anything like that. I tried to avoid paper books on paper, diary books where it's like an artist diary. Although I did pick a couple, I do have a couple in here. How to draw books or sketchbooks. I could pick this many in artist sketchbooks. So if you want to see artist sketchbooks or how to sketch, books on sketchbooks, books on sketching, I can pull this many just on that. But I tried not to do that, so we'll save that for another day. Anything with fabric crafts. I did not pull fabric crafts. I think I pulled one book, folk art type, but I did not pull fabric books. Books on creative maps, map making, books on maps, cartography, the drawings and things in cartography. I could pull a section on that later. Color theory books. Again, we could pull tons of color theory books. I tried not to do that today. Or illustration specific to illustration, although I do have a couple of illustrators' books in here. Let me get a sip of my lemon water. But I didn't want to just like pick all, pull a bunch of illustrators. All right, so here's what I did try to pull. I picked a couple of artist books, like I said, Bosch, a couple. Um, I did pull I maybe pulled one outdoor sketchbook. And like I said, I pulled Linda Berry for comics, but I didn't pull, but I didn't pull a bunch of graphic novel types. And the same thing for the prompt books. I already said that. I did pull a couple jelly plate books. I did do a couple of illustrated prompt books. And I just pulled one sticker book, which I'm not going to show this because I just showed this last week, but I just wanted it to be included in the list because y'all seen all my sticker books recently. So sticker books is one of the mixed media things that you can use for you. That's one of the things you can use for mixed media are stickers. So I did pull one just to remind myself to tell you you can use sticker books. And same thing, collage books. I saved those for another day. Same thing for magazines. I did have a couple. Did I pull them out here or did I not pull them out here? I'll just say it then, like Somerset Studio and Art Journaling Magazine. Those are the two best magazines, other than like a specific to collage or paper, or there's other more expensive type art books. Not that Somerset Studio and Art Journaling magazines aren't cheap, but those are probably the best magazines for mixed media. Thank you, Cat. Now don't get carried away over there. And the same thing for artist sketchbooks. I'm saving those for another day, but I have maybe one or two in here. and any kind of gaming, anything to do with gaming. I think I pulled one gaming book on art and gaming. I think I pulled one, but I have more, but I think I only pulled one. And any kind of books, like I said, on color theory or patterns, books that are specific to fabric patterns, illustration patterns. I didn't pull pattern, and I don't mean like clothing patterns. I mean like like a pattern, patterns in illustration like leaves or flowers. I didn't pull any pattern books, so I think I covered everything here that I did and did not pull. Okay. Uh, all right. So now I have to try to figure out the best way to show the books. If I pull one and kind of hold it up, we'll see how this goes. I don't know if I want to do these larger ones first or the smaller ones or what, but I'm going to try. Let me move my mouse over here. And if y'all have questions, put it in caps and I still might miss it. If you ask a question and I miss it or my mods miss it, and I do, I'm going to miss questions and even if you put them in caps, then when I scrub back through the chat, which I do, I scrub back through my chats just on Hubster goes, why are you watching your video on mute? Because I don't need to know what I said. I'm trying to read the chat that I might have missed. If you have any questions in there I missed, I will answer them in the comment section. Or if you are watching this on replay and you have any comments because you're not here in chat, just ask the questions or put them in comments. So you can put it in the comments section. Okay. I don't know how long this is going to take, but anyway, um, yes, I just, that's true, Tina. Thank you. I can't catch everything while I'm multitasking, but I try. That's why I ask you to put it in caps so I can catch as much of it as I can, but I do miss them. So let's see. Hi, Christina. Um, Marty. It's all right, Marty. Go back and watch the list I read later. So if you have any questions on that, or if you want me to show books that I'm not showing today by topic, by theme, um, thank you, Tina, thank you. All right, so let's see where to start. Well, I did mention Linda Berry. Let's go ahead and some of the people that I pulled, I only pulled one or maybe two of their books. In Linda Berry's case, I did pull three of her books. That being said, some of the people I pulled only one of many books that I have. Now, this is holding this up, so this may work here. I think I'm going to move the welcome just because that gives me a little bit more room here. I can keep my little sunflower there. There we go. All right. So I'm not sure if I want to just hold them up like this or maybe I should zoom in. Let's see. Let's see what happens here if I zoom in. If I zoom in and then turn the camera down a little like this, that'll work, I think. Right there. Does that look good, guys? Okay, I think so. All right. So Linda Berry's a teacher and she teaches like kind of like a graphic novel, but she teaches you how to sketch, draw, keep your ideas, and they're very loose and you'll see when I show them if you've not seen Linda Berry books. And so there's syllabus, there's making comics, and then this is her big hardback book, which I think it may come in. Let me move that back a little. It may come in a soft cover now. It may. So let's see. Let me turn the brightness down just a tad. There we go. Thanks, Tina. So this book right here is, and again, I'll try to give ISBNs. Don't make Kat put every link. She's putting them in. Okay, so this is kind of like her biography. I'll try to tell you a little bit about her, the dates, although this one is hidden in here somewhere. I do remember that. The copyright date on this one is hidden in here somewhere. And am I going to be able to find it? Probably not, but I do remember that it was in here somewhere. So, all right, another sip of lemon water. But it's kind of like part of it, and she did it on like what do you call it, yellow legal pad. But look, see how she draws, and she's a teacher, and she has classes. This is like this one right here, syllabus. This is her class. This is the class right here. And I know these books are still available out there. I'm not sure how much they run right now, but I've had them since they came out. So but it's kind of like her biography, but she shows class notes, and this is like ultra mixed media because she just tells you, there's all different kinds of things that she has to do, you have to do in her class. And uh-oh, that's just my little disc I have back there. So you can kind of, I'm trying to get it up so you can see, but not be blurred out. So her books are very thoughtful. You'll be thinking a lot about different ways to use your art, use your creativity. As you can see, there's just tons of ideas. So you want the syllabus book, Missy. So this one right here, though, is her biography and just different ideas. See, you can see she asks all kinds of questions. And if y'all don't keep any kind of Society of Idea collecting notebook or journal or three-ring binder or composition books, you're missing out. I mean, you really are missing out if you don't keep track of your ideas. So what it is, Linda Berry, and then these two, the syllabus one, and I think let's see if I can find, here we go. This one came out, and it's under the graphic novel tab. I'm trying to find a date. I'm not seeing one. 2014. So this came out in 2014, and ISBN is 978-177-046-16111. And I know Kat's putting in links, but I'm going to try to read. So anyway, this is her syllabus for her class, homework, and she was real strict on homework. Again, this one came out in 2014, but and I started with these because they're ideas. They're ideas, and mixed media is a lot of ideas put together. So, but this one is syllabus, okay? And then this one is on making comics, and it's kind of the same type of book, except it's on how to make comics. Okay, make graphic novels, comics, and there's just so much information packed into these books. So much. All right, so for the comics, the ISBN is 978-177-046-3691. Okay, and again, I'm not sure of the date on, might be in the back. Let's see. Here we go. 2019. So this one's 2014. This one's 2019, and I could not find on what it is where the date was on that one. So those are Linda Berry. Okay. All right. I'm looking for anything in caps. Thanks everybody for being here. If I miss you, I'm not trying to. All right, so let's see what I want to do next. Well, I'm not going to do in any particular kind of order. I just want to start Linda Berry because, you know, it's so many ideas in one. All right, let's see, let's do this one, although this one's kind of holding up the whole pile. I'll just scrunch these over. So I talked about gaming, and this one, Final Fantasy. I don't know, and this is a huge book, so it's a little hard to fit under the camera here. But this is, I call it mixed media because it's gaming, illustration. It's going to be, probably Photoshop, Procreate. It's going to be, digital. It's going to be mixed media. And I loved Final Fantasy, the first one, 7, I think it was 7. I played all Final Fantasy 7. I played it and won it, beat it. a bunch of times because I loved it so much. Now, when it went to the online type of playing, when you played against other people online, I'm talking, I played it on PS, PlayStation 1 or 2. But when it started going online and you were playing against other people, and I didn't get into that. By that time, I was kind of out of gaming. But I love the art in Final Fantasy. And Cameron, I think I've bought him over the years all the Final Fantasy. There's like they do three per book, so like seven, eight. Or I don't know, if it's eight, seven, nine. Anyway, so he has all the books. So I'm just going to kind of flip through just so you can kind of see creature, how to make creatures and characters. And again, I'm just brought out this just to show you that there are books on gaming, how to do gaming, um, art, digital illustrations, and concept art. And hi, Lisa. Hey, girl. Hey. If I didn't have to get up, I'd get my little arms. So, anyway, I just wanted to show this as because of the mixed media option of, creating. You got to, sketch, and whether you sketch on a, iPad or sketch, and then go digital. But I just wanted to show that there are other options. So yeah, this one is Final Fantasy VII Remake Material Ultimate Mania. Let me give you ISBN 978-164-609-1218. Now these books are not cheap. They're coffee table books, right? These are not the books that I cut up. All right. Then let's see. Let's just go here with this one and this one. I got to move my little disc. I have my little disc here just for decoration, but we're not going to be able to decorate today with all the books. Hi, Mama Four. Anybody else coming in? We're showing mixed media books today. And if you missed the beginning, I did talk about what I'm not showing as well as what I am showing. And just to give y'all some inspiration, mixed media inspiration, because y'all did ask last week. When I mentioned it, y'all wanted me to do it. So I'm doing it today. So here's a couple of, and again, I've probably shown y'all all these books when I bought them over the years of streaming. I've probably showed them to you when I got them. And I've probably done a few collective, show and tells, if you will, over the years. Well, I know I have. If you look in my art books, it might just be books. Anyway, I have a playlist for books. All right, so this one is Every Day is Epic. And again, I said what I'm not showing and what I am showing. So there's going to be a little mix of a little everything because it's mixed media, right? And this is a guided journal for daydreams, creative rants, and bright ideas. Mary Kate McDevitt, 978-0-7611-89404. Okay. And it's spark daily creativity and self reflection with a year of inspiring prompts, upbeat affirmations, and interactive doodles. And there's more to it, but that's kind of the highlight of what it is. Okay. And and let me just kind of flip through here. So it is a different note taking. And I've said before, when I buy these kind of books, if I like some of the ideas, like the little notes and the little, prompts and things, I usually do not write in these books. I usually put them in my Society of Idea Collector notebook ideas and keep them. Like if I want to do deep thoughts or, that kind of thing. I'm not writing them here, but look, I wanted to show y'all, look how it has like an underwater deep thoughts. It's just very, very different. Probably teenagers would probably love this book, and it might make them start, well, I say start, if they're not writing, if they're on their phone all the time, if you want them to start writing more and doodling, or, this is a great way to do it, because they look so interactive and very eye candy, right? So And I'm just kind of flipping through here like 4 or 5 pages at a time, you know. So, but you can see how appealing this is to journal in. Hi, Zinjin. So that's Every Day is Epic. Then we got this one, which is Random Illustrated Facts. And I like this one because of the illustrated aspect of it. And it feels, again, I tried not to do too many illustrated books, but I did, you got to have some in the mixed media. So this one is by Mike Lowry. And Mike Lowry also, I'm not sure if he still is, but some years ago was on what's the lesson, where you can purchase a monthly lessons. He's in that. Starts with an S. One of y'all know, where you can go in and take lessons, subscription lessons. Anyway, Mike Lowry was in that teaching things. And let's see, the ISBN is covered up, so probably got it on clearance or something. So Kat put a link in. So this is random Skillshare. Thank you. Um, thank you, Jackie, Spare Room Studio Jackie. And Spare Room Jackie just put up a new video on what she's been up to. Yes, Skillshare. He was teaching in Skillshare years ago. I don't know if he still is. Usually those classes stay up, I think, don't they? Um, yeah, it's Skillshare. And I kind of, when I want to just get some news, just to do see some kind of class, I usually get a Domestica class, because Domestica, I just like the Domestica classes. Now a lot of them are in Spanish and with subtitles. So, I'd say probably, I can't say how many percent, 80% maybe of the classes are in Spanish and you have to read the subtitles, which doesn't bother me. But if that's distracting to you and you can't do two things at once, I don't mean that in a bad way, because I can understand if you're trying to learn something and you have to have it in subtitles. Now they have started doing Domestica has started doing what do you call it? Where they translate. They have the translation, but they're still, they're mouse moving in Spanish, and they have subtitles and translation. But they have great classes over there. Okay, so this is Random Illustrated Facts, a collection of curious, weird, and totally not boring things to know. I love this book for the art of it. Although it is kind of interesting to see some of the prompt. I mean, some of the facts and stuff like that. See, as you can see here, I won't read them, but you can kind of take a little peruse. There's something on Poe right there, and famous quotes, and this is just very. It's just like I said, a lot of eye candy, and facts and illustrations all at once. But this kind of reminds me of Terry Brett. And her little illustrations. She just does amazing little illustrations with the prompts every week. So yeah, this one's very, very. See, look how, isn't this interesting? And I know Janet has this one too. I think Janet and I both bought this at the same time. So just to give y'all a little flip. Uh, there's just so much information in it. Kind of trivia with illustrations. So yeah, this is really fun. It is a fun book, Jackie. It is a fun book. All right, let me take a bite of my banana so I can keep my voice going. Keep my banana and my lemon water while I'm streaming. Um, you're resisting the temptation to buy new books. Well, so you got to write them down. That's what I'm saying. Write down the ones that are really appealing to you. Put them in your cart. You don't have to get all these. Just you have it. If you have it, sometimes just writing things down. Like if there's a new paint something or something I want, if I write it down or just put it in the cart for. And Janet, I think she has a 3-day rule before she buys anything off of Amazon. The other thing you got to know is I've been collecting books for, well, since I was a teenager. So I love books, art books, every kind of books. I love to read. I try to read every day. Um, yeah, because I moved so much in my life, I mean, I did go, went back to college. And I didn't get a degree or anything for health reasons. I won't get into all that, but I did go back to college in my 30s, and but I've always, because of all the moving that I did in my life, I'm very easily self-taught. I can get a book and I can teach myself almost anything. Now, I guess maybe that's where Samantha gets, if she needs something, she wants to learn something. She's a big reader too. She is a big reader, but if she wants to learn, I told you about when she was here with her sewing machine, and something on the foot of the sewing machine, she had to order a new, she had, what was the bob? It was a bobbin, the thing that held the bobbin and spun the bobbin or something. I don't sew, so, but it wasn't working properly. So she got a little mini screwdriver, took the foot off, took the plate off of the thing, took out the little thing, and she could see that there was a little indent or something in it. And so she got an emery board. She went online to see why the bobbin wasn't spinning correctly. And apparently it was this part. So she took the part out, got an emery board, sanded it all down, put the whole thing back together, and it's a temporary fix. So, I mean, she did order a new part for it, but for those few days that she was here sewing, she could use it by just using My point is she's easily self-taught as well. She can read a book or go on it on YouTube and find the solution to things. So. Missy posted some new books you got yesterday. Okay, where you posted them? What, on Instagram, Missy? Where did you post them? Hi, did I say hi to you, Hermie? Um, okay, so then I pulled two books. I think on. Let's see, no, that's Nature Pretty. I got another one here. I know I pulled two on jelly plating, and I did not pull. What is her name? She's she has a hardback book out, and I did not come across it when I was going through jelly plate books. Um, oh, what is her name? I can't think of her name right now. She does YouTube videos about once a month, and on Instagram. Okay, Missy. And but this is, if I come across it, I'll try to find it for you. But it's the definitive book on jelly plating. And if one of y'all know who she is, I will call her out. Um, oh, gee, it's a couple of years old. It's a couple. The book's been out a couple years, so I can't really think of her name right now. But if one of y'all know who she is, I will shout her out because I have her book. I bought it a couple years ago, and it's like the definitive book on gel plating, in my opinion. So, but if one of y'all think of her name, because I don't really want to go try to dig out another book where I'm not quite sure where it is in my collection. I thought I did good to pull these. So anyway, well, maybe I could just find her on. Let me see if I can find her on. Look at Jelly Plate book author. See if I can beat y'all to it. I think it is Robin McClendon. Robin McClendon. That's it. Um, let's see if I can find a picture of her book. Let me see. Let me put her name in and I'll find her book. Because I love her book too, but I didn't pull it. I don't think. Maybe. Robin McClendon. And I'm not sure how she spells it. McClendon. Let's see if I can get it. Jelly plate. Okay, let's see. Um, Here it is. Come on. Here it is. So this one right here, jelly plate printing for mixed media art. This one right here. And I don't know, I'm not seeing it right now, but I would have pulled this one if I would have come across it. But this one right here, jelly plate printing for mixed media art. And her name is Robin, Robyn McClendon, MC, capital Clendon. This is the best book. Oh, thank you, Kat. Put a link in there. It covers everything. And she does YouTube videos, I think about once a month. Let me, come on, wake up, mouse. There's the link to Robin McClendon's book. So it's really good. Okay. Yes, it was, I would call it the gel plating Bible. Yes, Tina. And this one is the Jelly Arts printmaker's handbook, exploring image transfers and layering techniques for creating incredible art with gel plates. Now, what happened? Okay, so they want to do an update. No, not right now. No updates right now. And if Devin did not have this book, I would send it to her depending on shipping. But I would love, I'm not sure. Devin's not here right now, but if Devin does not have this book, she needs this book because Devin does a lot of image transfers, layering techniques, and this is just so Devin. And she needs this book. Okay, and I know Kat put a link, but let me read the ISBN 979-888-143872, the ultimate guide for creating gorgeous art with gel plates. And by this is like creating art with it, like image transfers and that type of thing. Whereas Robin's book is a lot, I mean, she takes you from step one in her book. Bye, spare room, Jackie. So, all right. So this one is um, tools and magazine transfers, reverse painting, layered transfers, charcoal transfer. So this one, it gets very in depth. This one is not. I would not say this is for beginners. This is for Devin. If Devin does not, I'd love to be able to get her this book. So somehow, if she doesn't already have it, and again, I'm not sure that she doesn't. But and this is put out by Jelly Plate. Well, the author, there's an artist author that, but Jelly Plate is the publisher. Hi, Kathleen, Katie, Kathleen. Anybody else coming in? We're doing a flip through of mixed media books today. So, yeah, it's just tons of, and this one, like I said, this is really not, in my opinion, for beginners. Or if you don't want to do image transferring and that kind of thing, then, if you just want to make some stencil papers, then this is going to be over your head. No, I don't want to say over your head. I don't mean it that way, but it's much more in depth and much more. It's a little more complicated to do this kind of thing. If you've ever watched Devin do an image transfer, like she was trying to teach View how to do image transfers, and she did a good job. I mean, both of them did. And because this was the View's very first time trying an image transfer, and the fact that she even tried it online or on a stream with Devin was, y'all did amazing. View was here a little while ago. I don't know if she's still here. Yes, it's more advanced, Tina. This is a more advanced book. But again, Devin needs that book. If I could get it to her, she needs that. All right. So, and then Robin McClendon's book. That she'll take you through everything. All right, now let's go back to a couple of older ones here. This one right here. Paint Mojo, Mixed Media Workshop, Creative Layering Techniques for Personal Expression, Tracy Verdugo. And this is an older one. Let's see what year. And it's a hardback spiral. It may come in other formats now, but let's see. And it's a Northlight book. And let's see. It's going to probably be in the back. Oh, wait, maybe. Let's see. A lot of information is moved to the back here. I'm trying to find a publishing date here. Here we go. 2014. So this is from 2014. And cat, seriously, cat, if your hand starts hurting on my watch, I'm going to be mad. Okay. All right. So Paint Mojo, a mixed media workshop. And again, it's in a spiral inside a hardback. And creative layering techniques. It's got just, well, I won't read all the contents. If you want to kind of look at it there later, and I can't get it all squeezed in with it still showing everything. But it's a good mixed media, symbol style serendipity, symbols, personal iconography. But it doesn't. It's not really doesn't go out of style, in my opinion. This does not go out of style. Tapestry collaging, mark making tools, as y'all can see, right? Isn't this cool? Gonna, yeah, Tina. I mean, I do appreciate cat, but not at the expense of your hand. And so, yeah, just all kinds of, and she does a lot of step outs. So if you want to follow along, if you're not up, if you don't haven't done a lot of mixed media, and again, I'm not sure if this book's available. It may not be available in the hardback. It may be available in soft cover, but I'm not sure because, like I said, some of these books are going to be older. But if you come across them in a bookshop or thrift books, look on thrift books, especially for these older ones. Look on thrift books, Abe books, before you buy them new. Check out the quality of the books on thrift books. Okay, Dana. All right. Then let's see. All right, let me do this one. And I'm trying to get some of the bigger ones out of the way here so I have more space on the desk. But at the same time, these other books are holding it up. Okay. This one I bought at my high museum when I saw his exhibition, Romer Bearden's, and he's a collage artist. And he had a exhibition at the High Museum of Art a few years ago, and I bought this at the museum. 9780295746432. And again, mixed. It's very mixed media esque, although collage is the main medium. And so let's see. It's a big book, so maybe I need to it'll be a little on a tilt. How about that? It's going to be a little tilted, so because it's quite big, but I'm going to try to get it to be in screen, so you can see the different stories. He's a great storyteller, and it's kind of like his biography because again, he had an exhibition at our High Museum of Art, and I loved his work. So, Kat found the link. Organizing Chaos, an introduction. So I'll just kind of do a little flip through. But this is a great book. I mean, I've read it. I've actually read this book. Not that I don't read the other books, but some books I'll read cover to cover. And so yeah. So it is his biography and his life story, and it's got these little kind of smaller sheets in between with the little title above. It's a well-made book. It's a very, very well-made book. And so I'm just going to kind of flip through here. But I don't know, maybe it's the color combinations and the nice shapes. Look, the shapes that he uses and things. I don't know. I just loved his work. So it's just so, I don't know, it's just perfect. I just love it. All right, let me see if I can just flip the rest here. just so y'all can kind of get an idea. So again, this can be done with collage and or mixed media, paint and, that's my thing. I love collage and paint. So acrylic paint and, color pencil in there, in my work. And so this just all really speaks to me, the stories that it tells. So, okay, there we go. It is a gorgeous book, Elisa. All right, let's see. All right, then here's another older one. Let's do this one. And again, I'm trying to keep this book's holding these books up. There we go. All right, this one's an older one. Creative Illustration Workshop for Mixed Media Artists. This one's Catherine Dunn. Seeing, sketching, storytelling, and using found materials. Okay, ISBN 978-159-253-6368. And it's got two ISBNs, so it's probably in a paperback or soft cover. And let's see if I got a date here. This one came out. I know it's here. 2010. So this one's 2010. I know I've shown this before some time back. And welcome back, Marilyn. Anybody else coming in? I know I'm missing y'all probably asking questions. Again, I will go back and scrub through the chat. If you have any questions, I'll answer them in the comments. Or if you're watching the replay, then leave in the comments. If you have any questions, then leave them in there. Okay. All right. So this one is kind of folk art-esque. I'll just read a minute of it. On any given day, there are stories all around you, and as an illustrator and artist, you get to decide which ones to explore and possibly share with the world. An apple falling from a tree, a child skipping down the road, an old man sitting in a park. All these visual moments can lead to your next illustration. Let's face it, it goes on. Let's see. While many mediums can illustrate a concept or feeling, this book will focus on illustrating ideas through traditional drawing and painting mediums. I do address the use of computer programs. Remember, this is 2010. Illustration not only tells a story, it can create a visual answer to your own internal mysteries. And so she does that, like soul art, working from your soul. And basic materials. And she goes through all the different surfaces, drawing mediums. And again, I'm on a little bit of an angle here, but I just love it. I just love it. And then she's got little tips throughout. And chickens. We're going to love our chickens. See, I'm looking at this book again. It's been a while. I'm going, oh my gosh, I need to pull this back out. I love the chickens. I need to draw a chicken. That's what if you're watching these and getting ideas or anything, put them down in your Society of Idea Collector notebook. So, and she has her little notes, and it's very, very mixed media, just in the layouts and everything, right? Ideas from out there and in there. Different papers printed. Using your own printed papers, like if you jelly plate. Now, I don't remember her doing jelly plating in here, but, if you make your own papers, you can use them for, things like this. Like for your illustrations and your storytelling, you can piece your own handmade papers, into your stories. See, and that's so cool. I love that. Just love the whole vibe. Little cat doing a recitation to the chickens and the mice. Sorry for the squeaking of the of the spiral. I know sometimes the squeaking gets to me too, but it is on a spiral and it's going to squeak a little when I turn the pages. But look at this. Isn't this awesome, guys? And you can see she's used chalk and drawing and papers. And so let me just flip from the back and kind of just go through so you can kind of see a few more of the ideas. Again, sorry for the squeaks. So where she gets her idea. I think she has a donkey. Actually, has a real donkey farm, or did in 2010. Again, I don't know. I haven't seen or heard anything about her. Or YouTube's or Instagram. She might be on Instagram. I should go look and see if she's on. See if she's on IG. So anyway, that one's Creative Illustration Workshop for Mixed Media Artists, Catherine Dunn. So there's that. That's one of the older ones that I have. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a BRB, all this lemon water I'm drinking to keep my voice going. So let me and I'm cozy. I'm in my chair. I'm cross-legged. I'm sitting on a pile of blankets. It's nice and cozy, but I have to get up. And the cats are not on the chair, so I can get up pretty easy. But I need to get up anyway and stretch my legs. All right, I'll BRB. Okay. All right. Get cozy again here. Let's see, Carol, how you doing? Does that? Yes, I had a burn. I hate get when I'm. Yeah, I know, right, Tina? All right, so let's see here. Um, let me do these three because they are all kind of in the same era and same vibe. All right, and again, I'm trying to keep the book stacks from rolling over. There we go. All right, so these right here are like Lynn Perella. These two here, she still does art for Somerset Studio and I think art journaling as well. She works for uh, Stampington, the publisher of Somerset Studio, and she still has art in those magazines. Okay, this is going to fall over. There we go. And then this one right here, True Vision, L.K. Ludwig also used to be in that, stable of artists, if you will, that did these kind of, books back when. Let me see, True Vision. Let's see when this one came out. It's going to be in the back or the front. A lot of times they've moved it to the back, but I think this one's. No, it's not there. Let's see. Acknowledgements, country, resources, appendix. Okay, I'm not seeing a date. I know this is old. I'm not seeing a date anywhere. I'm not seeing a copyright date anywhere in this book. It's published by Corey. Here we go. 2008. Okay, this was 2008. Cat finally. All right, ISBN 978-159-253-4265. And I'm not sure if that's the hardback or the, let me say it again. Here, 978-159-253-4265. Okay, 2008. And I don't know what she's doing these days. I haven't heard anything from her. I mean, I know Lynn Perella, this one, this girl, but I don't know about but she was like really, popular, if you will, in the art journaling. She would have been one of the first ones that was using art journaling. You know what I mean? As a meet as a field, if you will. Okay. So True Vision. It's a Corey book. And again, lots of handmade books, and we have tons of those. I did not pull out any bookmaking per se, how to make, book binding. I've got tons of book binding, book making, journal making. I didn't pull those either. As far there's Devin. Devin, I know you just probably, I don't know if you've been lurking. Do you have this book, Devin? Do you have this book? If not, I need to get this to you because this is so you. If you don't have this book, do you have this one? You may, but this is just so you. And I did a flip of it a little while ago. So I don't remember if you had it. It seems to me like you've seen it or talked about this book, but I don't remember if you have it or talked about it or something. But no, I don't have that. Okay, well, you need somehow. I got to get this to you. I got to get this book to Devin because it's like I said, it's kind of advanced jelly plating, and she needs it. So I'm gonna figure out how to get that to Devin. So maybe that'll be my giveaway this week. Okay, so that's got to get to you, Devin. All right. So True Vision. Now let's go ahead and kind of flip through here. I want to try to get to the front first a little bit. Getting started. Again, it's art journaling, basics. It's been around since 2008. So we're talking almost 20 years, this book. And my book is starting to yellow around the edges. It is starting to yellow around the edges a little bit. Yeah, in 2008. So you can see. And a lot of it seems very, I don't know, it may seem a little basic since we have done so much of this since 2008, but this was very innovative at the time. I mean, look, that's still very, very cool. But, when she came out with this kind of stuff, you ship it, I can. No, 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 you're not going to PayPal me nothing, Devin. No, no, you're not going to do that. If that's the case, I'll just ship you the book or something. I mean, Amazon it to you. No, no, don't even think about that. Do not think about that, Devin. Put that out of your mind. I just had to make sure you didn't have it because you need that book. It's an advanced jelly plating book. And we also talked about Robin McClendon, but I think you have Robin McClendon's book, and that one's very good for any jelly plater. But this one that is put out by Jelly Arts, it's more of an advanced book, and you need it because you do that kind of stuff, Devin. So this one is, see, look, and this, so very Somerset Studio art journaling, you know, from the beginning, when art journaling, like I think the first Somerset Studios came out in the 1996, 97, because I started buying them. Then I still have some of those older ones. And this is 2008. So, I love this. Look at this. I love it that she's got it in a binder. Binders, people, binders. Love me some binders. You have the Robin one? Yeah, yeah. So y'all be writing down ideas. If you see them as something comes to you, you may think, oh, well, I don't need to write that down. I'll remember that. Oh, I know how to make tags. I know, I'm telling you, write your ideas down. You'll have them for future reference. I know I sound like a broken record with that, but it's true. So anyway. So that one is True Vision, Authentic Art Journaling, L.K. Ludwig. All right, then these two are by Lynn Perella. Let me get them in order. I think this was the first one, and that was her Alphabetica was the second one. Okay, let's see. Let's look at dates. This one is 2004, and this one is 2006. So this one right here might be the oldest journal art on specifically art journals that I have, maybe 2004. Thank you, Tina. Yes, thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, art journals and sketchbooks, exploring and creating personal pages, Lynn Perella. And like I said, she's still involved with Somerset Studio. And you might even kind of still recognize she has a very distinctive style. I recognize it right away. Now this is Tisha Moore right here. I recognize Tisha. See right off this looks like Tisha. I'm yeah, here it is, Tisha Moore. Tisha Moore is the one that I've told y'all that I learned how to do take a giant sheet of watercolor paper or poster board if you don't want to use watercolor paper and cut it and do do a meandering book and make a square meandering book. Tisha Moore is where I learned how to do that. And so introduction. Several years ago, let's read a minute. Several years ago, I picked up a blank bound sketchbook in my studio. I'd purchased the book years before without having any specific idea how I planned to use it. The first couple of hours I spent with the book were aimless and random. Nothing especially important or significant resulted from that experimentation, but I noticed how much I enjoyed working in book form and decided to continue. I sensed the possibilities of a book filled with pages that described my various enthusiasms. I was reading the diaries of Anise Nin at the time and suddenly made a connection between her written chronicles and the visual entries in my book. I'm reading over a painted page, so I'm trying to read it, halfway decently. My pages were mostly collage, scribbled, or painted in an urgent manner. Sometimes I added words, but frequently I sensed that words were unnecessary. Each page seemed to describe a unique, singular moment in time. My thoughts poured onto the pages, and the little book was filled up with page after page of revelations. Although I was eager to mention my latest art mania to other artists, frankly, I did not know how to begin to describe or define the intensely personal activity. I knew that the time I spent creating the pages was rewarding and seemed to enrich me in a way that a written diary did not. The flow of images and ideas seemed to come from a different source and from my usual artwork did. My first visual diary sat on the shelf in my studio filled with pages that contained wide-ranging subjects from the paintings, and she names a whole bunch of artists, anything that was on my mind. I eventually read that Tisha Moore was creating her own brand of personal pages, and she called her books art journals. Art journals. I mean, she has it in quotes. When I do air quotes, it means that there's quotes there. Her own brand of personal pages, and she called them art journals. Hearing that description and knowing that other kindred artists were also exploring the intense and magical process was all I needed. I threw myself into art journaling full tilt. Years later, I have filled innumerable books and have made countless friends who also enjoy creating artful journals and sketchbooks. You will meet them here and get a rare look inside their personal books. Fortunately, we have all discovered an art form completely devoid of rules and absolutely brimming with possibilities. Join us. So that was the intro. And you can see this is not a real spiral. This is like the inside of her journal, the journal page. All right, let me see if I'm missing anything or anybody. Hi, Joanne. Joanne, that was so nice. I saw that Joanne, and I know she's going to get embarrassed and run out the door. But Joanne gave Jane a bunch of color books, and I saw the video this morning. And Joanne, that was so nice of you. Jane will do them proud. I did leave a comment that Jane will do them proud. Hi, Ambient. Let's see who else. Kat put a link to this. Hi, So Much Glitter. I found it at a used bookstore. Good. I know. That's what I'm saying. Some of these, like this is 2004. You can find a lot of these in thrift books, used books. And, and again, if y'all missed any of the books that I've shown in the last hour, go back and look at them. I'm trying to get through them all in another hour or so. So this one, she's got different artists, I think, in this one. Okay. Getting started, childhood. creating myths. So she's just got all different. Like this is Karen Michael, and she was around for a long time too. There's Lynn Perella. I mean, I recognize her work. So, and then here's a whole bunch of different tags you can make using a theme, working with photocopies, follow your passion. I'm going to try to kind of get some, adding color. So, and again, guys, you got to remember 2004, this was like, wow. It's like seeing your very first Somerset Studio magazine or your very first art journaling magazine, you know. I know, Joanne, and you sent them to the right person, I think. Because, like I said, Jane will do you proud with those books, coloring those books. Let's see. Playful Expense. This is Tisha Moore here. I think that's Tisha. Yeah, Tisha Moore. This is all Tisha Moore's. She, again, another one that's been around. She's still around, I think. Um, she's not making, as far as I know, not making videos. Here's some more Lynn Perella. Rhonda Roebuck. The book itself, whether you want to make a book. This one's made out of cigar boxes. And again, I don't know that Messy Die's still here, but if y'all did not see Messy Die's Viking journal that she just finished, leather, oh, stunning. And Kat put a link. Hang on, guys. I've got a tag on my shirt. You know how that is. I got to cut this off. I got to cut this tag off my shirt. It's just annoying me to no end. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. Slide mounts, that was a big thing for a while, doing the little slides. Look, all the little slide mounts. And each one talks about, they have it numbered and talking about each one. Look at all that. Soft-sided journals. Art Fest, that was a big thing, Art Fest. I think it was up in Portland, I think, if I remember correctly. Funky fabrics. Attaching things. Tracy Moore, that's Tisha Moore's husband. So yeah, lots of little tips, and even though it's 20 years old, there's still things to be had in these older books. But just so you can see, we've been doing this kind of stuff for a while. And but anyway, okay. Here, let me read about the author. Lynn Perella is a mixed media artist, author, graphic designer, illustrator, and workshop instructor. Her interests include collage, assemblage, however you want to say it, assemblage, one-of-a-kind books, and art journals. She is on the editorial advisory board of two magazines, Somerset Studio and Legacy. Legacy was like a scrapbooking type, keeping your memories. I don't think that one's around anymore. Somerset Studio, of course, is. And makes frequent contributions to Play, Play, the Art of Visual Journals. That was another magazine, like I think self-published back in the day. Her mixed media artwork has appeared in many books and publications. She conducts creativity workshops at various venues, including Alternative Art Fest and Carol Siegel's Studio of Fine Art. Her interest in teaching comes from an enjoyment of sharing the creative sandbox and kindred artists and making mutual discoveries in a supportive and enthusiastic environment. And it goes on, talking about her. But she, like I said, she's still around Somerset. And then this was the next book that I have of hers. Did I say I do, sister? No, I haven't seen anything from her in quite. Tisha Moore. Are you talking about Tisha Moore? Okay, so this is Alphabetica, as A to Z creativity guide for collage and book artists. A few years ago, we did I hate to say what I do as any kind of class, but we had we're classless. I don't mean that either. We have no class. But anyway, we did a little series thing using the alphabet and, stencils and collecting words with the alphabet. So we'd have folders and notebooks. It was a big thing. Box with folders as all labeled out, and every folder we covered and collaged. And so A had a folder, B had a folder, and we could collect our ephemera in those. If you ever, I mean, it's fun to do. If you don't have a huge collection of collage soup books or something like I do, just if you want to have an ephemera, just get you a box, just a box and file folders, regular manila file folders, and paint them, collage them, put a big A, big B, or you can do A, B, and C if you just have a few on each folder, and then you can put them in the box just like a file folder system, dig through your file folders and have them all alphabetized for you, and so you can alphabetize your ephemera. And it is fun to make that box. I think I threw mine away. It was taking up room in the closet that I just didn't have room, but I think I kept some of the file folders, and yeah. So, okay, Alphabetica. All right, and I think, like I said, 2006. So this one's 20 years old. The other one's 22 years old. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of flip through here. Books, journals, drawing them, sketching them, making them. Here she's got a kid's lunch box, And Leslie Riley, she was another one that was back in the day. And Sarah Fishburne. I think I pulled a Sarah Fishburne book. Let me see. No, Sarah Ahern. Okay, it's a different Sarah. Okay. So here's a concertina. B is for Book of Dreams. Okay, hang on just a second. Let me see here. I'm afraid to read this. Let me see. Okay, I think I missed something. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Janet. T is for Torrid, and they're different artists. The Judy Reich, Lisa Renner. These are all Karen Michael. These are all from the old days of Somerset Studio. And okay, let's see if I can just kind of flip here. A is for antique. M is for making it meaningful. C is for Clara. Just different. L is for lure. And so you can see here's a handmade book or a book repurposed. Stitching, typography. Love me some typography. And I didn't pull any calligraphy books or typography books today either. Okay. So just kind of let you kind of see. And I am waiting for a text from Denise. So W is for writing. This is Tisha Moore. And Tisha Moore started the trend of taking different eyes and putting them over the top of like model magazine eyes and stuff and changing the little strips of different eyes over the models. Yes, these are older books. Yes, yeah, Vale. And good morning, Vale. Let's see, Lynn, Vale. Who else am I missing? I'm probably missing people. Like I said earlier, if I miss it, put it in caps. I will go back and read the comments later because I'm trying to get through all these books for you guys. Okay? All right. So, just different handmade journals, eye candy, generating images. That looks like a pop-up in there. Quirky. C is for color. Look at all the different ways to keep all your things of different colors, swatches. And so yeah. And I did not pull all these old books that I have. I pulled a few. I'm trying to get a like a different what do you call it? Variety. I try to get a variety. All right, so let's skip around a minute and let's go to this girl. Now, I found her at Books a Million, and I found book 5 and 6 are the only two books I found there. And let's see, do I have what's this? This is letter. Okay. And these are sketchbooks by her. And again, I did not pull a bunch of sketchbooks. I pulled a few just so you can see. I got to move my phone. I can't. Okay. So this is Felicia Chiao, however you pronounce that. And yeah, she's apparently had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books, but these are the only two I found, and I really like them. So they're mixed media. She has this letters are included. Now, when I bought these, look, she has these post-it notes are hers in the book. So these are all inclusions that were in the book. And when you buy these books, hopefully when you buy them, you have bought them wrapped in the plastic, because otherwise some of this stuff may be gone when you if you purchase it used. Try to if there's inclusions in a book, and I have a couple others I think here, you want to try to buy them with the plastic on them, because otherwise, all right, I've got to turn this somehow. Let's see if I can do this. These two books are a bit longer, and they're making everything hard for me to. Let's turn it this way. Turn this up this way. There we go. All righty. Now we're talking. Okay. Uh-oh. What did I do? I think I just did I knock myself off the air? There we go. I thought I knocked myself off the air. Okay. So anyway, she has inclusions in this, like the little post-it notes and things. And they, if you buy a used one, it may not have them. So here's a color chart, and it's different. Her sketchbooks were different, and she did them in on tone tan paper. So the tone tan paper. See, look, her marker on tone tan paper bled through, so she just left that there. Is this important? Okay, so see, her marker bleeds through. So there's the tone tan paper. And then here is, hi, Kimchi. Anybody else I missed coming? Ivy Pearl. Hi, Lynn, for the third time. Hi, Lynn. I see you. Hi, Lynn. Okay. I'll just stay here for a while in a little box. And there again, you can see the bleed through of her alcohol markers. But I just love that she did this on tone tan paper. And they were just different. And like here's a post-it note. There's a post-it note. And that came in the book. I'm trying not to mess up the sleeve over the front. But anyway, they're all done with alcohol markers, and the bleed through you can see on the back side. Okay. Very cool, right? I know. I love this book too. I love the alcohol marker and then the bleed through. I just think that's very cool. When I saw these, I saw it online, and then I went to my Books a Million, and they had one. And then I think the next year, the next one came out. So I bought the next one. This was the first one I found, and then I got the second one. See, look. So, and again, the back sides of all the pages are where the alcohol marker bled through. So, all right. So I'm just going to kind of flip here just so you can kind of see. But because it's alcohol marker on tone tan paper and a sketchbook, it's mixed media. And I wanted y'all to see another option with the mixed media. I just thought that was cool. So I got this at Books a Million, and it still has that paint, that ink smell to it. I love that new book smell. So there's that. And then the second one that I have is number 6. Again, I've not seen one, two, three, four, five, or any of the others. So again, look, see, this came in the book. The little letter here, the post-it notes, those all came in the book. But the book was wrapped up in plastic, so you kind of have to buy it sight unseen, unless you have seen somebody do a flip of it. It's they're wrapped up in plastic, which is good. Hi, Heart House. Anybody else I missed? So I'm going to flip through. It's the same kind of thing. She has the tone tan paper. And see, look here. Let's look at this one. See, tone tan paper, and it bled through to the other side. And the paper that they printed it on is nice. It's a nicely printed book. I should give you all the ISBNs for these two. I'll go back and do that. See, look, here's another little. These aren't mine. These are the book. These came in the book. So, and she just has a kind of different, distinct style. Very cool. All right, let me give you all the ISBN for both of them. For the number 5, let's see if I can find. Here it is. 978-1-952251-283. And these books are not cheap. This book is $40. $39.95, and that was some years ago. This one came out. Let's see if I can find a. Let me find a date here on the newer one. Let's see if I can find a. This one's 2024. This one's 2024. This was the newest one that I've seen. She may have more out, but I've not looked for them or seen them. And again, they're $40. 978-1-952251-047. And that's the 6. And these are little, got little sleeves over them with the letter and post-it notes in them. So yeah, they're beautiful books. Those are, they're the kind of books that you collect. I collect books. All right, so here's another one that's collectible, and I've given a lot of I can't say it. Let me get it in my head. Miyazaki's books, the Spirited Away books. Cameron and Samantha saw all my books by him, and I let them each have one. So they each have one of my Miyazaki's. I can't say it. And if y'all have seen the movies or anything like that, but anyway, so I think this might be the only. I know. I think I have one other one. I didn't bring it up. I think I have 2 left of his books, and because I gave one to Samantha and one to Cameron, and there we go. Miyazaki, and this one was $35. 978-1-56-931-7778. And again, it just kind of has a watercolor illustration, pen and ink, and digital all in one kind of vibe. So I wanted to do a mixed media kind of feel, to it. Of course, like seeing the movies and anything like that. So let's see if I got a date here. Do I have a date on the publication? Let's look in the back. $2001. Is that correct? Yeah, 2001. Reprinted. All right, I've got a reprint of 2022. So his Studio Ghibli is 2001. This printing came out in 2002, and this is the 17th printing of 2022. Okay, so, and I'm just going to kind of flip through so you can kind of see all the information about his work here. And it's got all different clips and clip scenes. But it's just so much you can get from this kind of illustrated book. So, like I said, I thought I might have only just pulled this one, but I think I have two left, and I've given Cameron and Samantha each one. I let them pick which books they like the best. So, yeah, here's some different sketches and drawings. So there's that one. I know I love my books. I do love my books. Okay. Then let's see what this one is. And again, I did not pull I have a collection of children's books because I love the art and the illustrations and the inspiration from children's books. But this one's 100 Great Children's Book Picture Books. And that's put out by Martin Salisbury, a collection. And this one is 978 4087. I got lemon water hiccups. Let me take a sip here. Okay. And let's see what it says here. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. This came out in 2015 under Great Children's Picture Books. And then here they're all listed, 100 of them, all different artists. But if you like children's books, this is like very, inclusive of a lot of different. Let's see, did Dot come in? Miss Dot? Anybody else? Yeah, there she is. Hi, Dot. So I think I said a Mama 4 and CB. Thanks, Kat. All right. So anyway, I'm going to kind of do a little flip. I'm not sure if this does this by oldest to newest. I'm not sure if that's how they laid this out. Because like here's old vintage comics, and map books. Again, I did not pull my map books. I have a whole collection of vintage. Well, on vintage map, I did pull a couple of sketchbooks of like the Seafarer and the. I'll show those, but the books that I have on maps and making maps, and I do have books on how to make your own maps, whether it's your city, your town, whatever. How to make your own maps. So just so you can kind of see the progression here of different children's books. I'm just going to do a little tour. Let's try to get the glare off. There we go. Maybe I can do a flip here. So like I said, there's 100. So you get a lot of eye candy and a lot of information. Look at those. Those are cool, right? I just love that. Love that whole little vibe there. And I know I'm probably flipping past some pages, but I need to pull this one back out and just enjoy it. It's been a while since I looked through this one. And that's another nice thing. When I pull these books out to show y'all, I get re-inspired to see them again. Because, I don't look through them every day. I usually look through and read them. And, the first maybe month that I have them. And then I don't usually pull them back out, that often unless I need some kind of reference or I'm going to re-show them to you guys. So lots of eye candy in this. Lots of mixed media. Okay, 100 great children's picture books. All right. I think I'm going to pull that one over there so I can relook at it. Hi, Zippity. Anybody else I miss coming in? Showing books, so I'm not seeing chat as much as, I'd like to. All right. Let's see. What do you want? Let's do a couple of these right here. And again, I did not pull a whole lot of individual artist books. If you want to see like art history and specific, books on a specific artist, I have a collection of those. But I only pulled a couple just to these are kind of look um, mixed media esque, although they're, this is probably a watercolorist and an oil painter. Bosch is from what? I don't even remember if Bosch is 1300. But anyway, let's see. Try to find these two books. I think I got these at Barnes and Noble in there. What do you call it? Not clearance books, but they have a whole bunch of this type of book, I think. All right, this one is 2015, and Arthur Rackman is, did all kind of fairies and gnomes and things like that. Is 2000. They're both 2015, so they probably just put these books out as just book. I don't know, what do you want to call them, general books, and so children's books, fables, legends, and works by Shakespeare, operas and poetry, novels and short stories, fairy tales. And so some of them look drawn, some of them look watercolored, some of them look pen and ink. So there's just a lot of different medium style looking in these books, is why I pulled these two. Hi, Teresa. Hope you're doing well. Janet goes, I haven't seen you in a minute. I haven't seen you in a minute, Teresa. So, and I know y'all recognize a lot of the art in these two books. I hope I'm showing them without too much glare and stuff. All right, so now let me just do a flip, just so y'all can kind of get an idea. And both these artists have multiple books out on them. I've probably got 2 or 3 books on Bosch. So just so y'all can kind of get an idea of the style and the. Okay. And this one is 978 1835 622 872. And like I said, I think I got both of these maybe at Barnes and Noble. I could be wrong, but I think I got these at Barnes and Noble. Okay, and then this one, Hieronymus Bosch. Y'all know I even did a hand carved stamp of him. Okay, 978 1835 622 865. Okay, and these were $20, but they probably were a little less if especially if you buy them if you have a membership to the stores and all that. Okay, and so, and he's very he has tons of symbology in his work, and a lot of religious, spiritual, and a lot of symbols, very detailed, and a lot of his stuff's very disturbing. So, let's see if I can get here. I don't know if I'll come across his most famous triptych. What's it called? In the Garden of Good and Evil. I think this is part of it here. I think this might be the triptych. No, that's not it. This is similar, but let's see. Here, no. Yeah. But very, very, very disturbing scenes, Here, this one. This is the famous The Garden of Earthly Delights. And it's a triptych. So there you go. Well, you can't always see it there. There's a close up of the middle panel. But if you take a magnifying glass and look at these creatures and things, it's like either he was way ahead of his time, or he just had the best imagination as far as what do you call it? The ideas that he painted, because they're very, very cryptic. Very the creatures and things that he painted, and this was way back when. I mean, let me see when Bosch. Where's my phone? Uh-oh, dropped my phone. Oh, hang on. Let me see. I'm not going to spell his first name correctly, but Hieronymus Bosch. Art. Let me put art because there's other things here. Artist. Let's put artist. Okay, so he was Dutch painter. He died in 1516. So, yeah. So let me see. Let me see if I can get a couple. Hang on. Images here. Oh, I mean, they're just very, very disturbing. Let's see. No, I accidentally clicked on an Etsy something. I'm trying to, find some different. Look at those creatures. And they all mean things. All his stuff means something. I mean, there's the gardener, fleet eyes, but the creatures. I was trying to find something to zoom in on. But anyway, all right. So that's Hieronymus Bosch. All right, hang on. Oh, I gotta stretch a second. Let me stand up. Let me stand up for a second. All right, let's see. Because I'm sitting cross-legged in my chair and the legs go to sleep. All right, let's continue on. All right. Another one of my, this is one of my favorite artists, is Nick Bantock, The Artful Dodger. This is his biography. I have all his books. They're collage, mixed media. Did I pull anything else besides? I didn't pull his books. His Griffin and Sabine series, and I don't know how many books. Janet and I both have, we did his, well, I've gone through his stuff before. I've got tons of his books. If you want me to do another review or showing of just Nick Bantock books, I can do that. But y'all let me know in a comment, okay, that you want me to show them again, because otherwise I've shown all of Nick Bantock's books before. But he started out as a book illustrator and then did all the Griffin and Sabine series with collage, mixed media. He's done postage, how to make ephemera, lots and lots of things. But this is his biography, and the day it came out, I was at the bookstore waiting to buy it. 978-0811-827-522. Okay, I'm not sure how much it cost. It was $40 when it came out, and it came out in, let me see. And it's a chronicle book. I've never met a chronicle book I didn't like. 2000. This came out in 2000. And like I said, it's a first edition. I bought it the day it came out. Did you pull? No, I didn't. This is the only book I pulled. You want me to go get dubious documents? I can go get dubious documents. That's a good one. Dubious documents is a good one for mixed media. All right, I'll go get it. Let me do another BRB. I know where all my Nick Bantock books are. So I can go downstairs and get that. But I'll take a little quick break while I do that too. All right, hang on. I'll be back. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay. I pulled a couple Griffin and Sabine. I mean, a couple Nick Bantock, so including dubious documents, Janet. Okay. All right. We still with the tour? Thank you, Kat. All right. Let me first show you his biography here. And again, let's see. And how he first started doing the Griffin and Sabine series, which I just pulled the first one. I think there's 6 or 8 in the series. I can't remember now. I just pulled this one, the first one. I guess it ran downstairs, ran up the stairs. And he tells a story in here how he uh, came up with the idea to do these books. And he was at the post office and he saw somebody getting some happy mail that had some kind of, you know, postage and something fancy on the letter. And he said, man, wouldn't that be great? And I'm paraphrasing. Wouldn't that be great if we had mail like that and people were getting mail? Now we're talking back at way before the mail art days, right? And so he came up with the idea of a correspondence between two people. I'll show you this one in a minute. So here he is there when he was younger. And he did book illustrations for a long time, book covers and illustrations. And I've read, again, I love his collage work in particular, but he did book covers. And let's see, you can't really see his picture very well with him doing. Let's see, I have a better picture of him in here. No. But anyway, so he did a lot of book covers and things before he started, and different paintings, and it's his whole lot, pop-ups. His whole career is in this book. And then he started, here's the Griffin and Sabine series, how he started that, and making his own faux postage and faux, travel, papers and stuff. He did drawers full of stuff, different postcards. So you can see this, just, I don't know, it's just my vibe. I just love this kind of stuff. And so just kind of flip through here. There's his faux postage. He makes his own faux postage. Did I pull I pulled the ephemera book too. And so I think I have all his books. I'm pretty sure I do. So that's The Artful Dodger. That's his biography. And then Griffin and Sabine series. And I'm 6 or 8 in the series. This one came out, and the first one, again, Chronicle Books, 1991. So this series came out and started in 1991. And what it is correspondence between two fictional characters. And now, think back in 1991, this wouldn't have been cheap to do anyway. But there's all kinds of correspondence. And throughout the book, there are little envelopes with letters and notes back and forth to the two characters. So there's all these little inclusions in the book, okay, in the books. And there's, everyone has a little letter, and then everything means something very, a lot of cryptic kind of things. But so there's a whole series on the Griffin and Sabine characters. Then, and I pulled 2 other books. Oh, come on, let's not fall over here. Let's see if I can get this to stand back up. Come on, guys. All right. I got 2 books over there holding all these other books up. And I've read bits and pieces out of The Trickster's Hat. It's a mischievous apprenticeship in creativity. And I've read a couple pages out. I might have time to read a minute out of it. But he's just very creative. This one came out in 2014. And it's all about creativity and Their little collage and little creativity challenges. There's 49 of them, I think, in the book. And we tried to do this on stream, but some of them are longer, some of them take longer, some of them you have to do research to, so we couldn't really do them very well on stream. But let's see. All right, here, I'll just read this real quick. This, and I always read this page. I always read this page. Let me give you all the ISBN first, although Kat's putting the links in. 978-029. Wait, let me start over. 978-0399165-023. Okay, where to start? It's dusk. A stranger is driving around the countryside, utterly lost. Eventually, he comes to a tiny hamlet. The place is deserted apart from a little man sitting on a rustic fence. The stranger winds down his window. You know, we don't have that kind of car anymore, but yeah. And asks for directions to Fortuna's Hall. The little man removes his peculiar battered hat, places it upside down between his knees, scratches his head, and without looking up begins. It's like this, he says. You take the first right, the third left, the second right, pass over the humpback bridge, and then you'll carry on till you reach the goat's arms. A mile after that, you'll see. And so he continues for a full 2 minutes. Finally, he completes the impossible, convoluted stream of directions, replaces his hat, fixes a stranger with a piercing gaze, and declares, "But if I were you, I wouldn't start from here." Our friend the stranger has a problem. If you were he, what would you do next? You cannot retrace your steps. There's no one else to ask. You are obliged to keep driving in the hope that you will stumble on your destination before the night descends. A troublesome conundrum, or maybe not. If you are less specific about your destination, then maybe you aren't lost at all. And then just goes on about a pigment of the imagination. Who's the trickster? What else does he have in his hat? I mean, I love this little book. And it's just got tons of little creativity challenges, if you will. Some are longer, some are smaller. But there's, I think, 49, 48, 49 of them. And it's called The Trickster's Hat. Okay, then there's this one, which is Urgent Second Class, creating curious collage, dubious documents, and other art from ephemera. Okay, and again, this one is on making your own ephemera, your own postage, your own stamps, your own, faux money, collages, maps. And so that's what this one is about. And it's called Urgent Second Class. 978-0811843058. Okay, it says, you are invited to take an art class with the master of aesthetic curiosity, Nick Bantock. Urgent Second Class is an inspirational handbook for making art by embellishing and tampering with old documents, maps, postcards, scraps, envelopes, and other ephemera. Written in Bantock's and intimate prose and featuring numerous visual samples, Urgent Second Class shows how to alchemically transform the unexpected into your own idiosyncratic art. Say that 3 times fast. And then this is the one Janet wanted me to go get, and we did this. Oh my gosh, this keeps falling over. Dubious Documents is a puzzle book that came out a few years ago. Now, I don't want to, there's my notes, so we don't want to do that. But Janet and I worked on this book together on the phone until we solved it. Let's see what it says. You hold in your hands a folio containing 16 illuminated envelopes, each containing an illustrated document. Within it, you will find a riddle. Diligently examine the artifacts inside this enigmatic anthropology of blurred time and place and decode the message that was passed down by a 15th century ancestor of mine. Crack the conundrum, and you will find an answer that may well change your thinking for a long time to come. Good luck. And so there's little envelopes, and every envelope has clues, has a post, like a little mini poster, and you have to go through these posters. And see, I don't want y'all to see I don't want you to see the answers, because Janet and I we worked quite hard to get these, and took notes and talked to each other and figured out the clues. And anyway, and so, but there's all these little envelopes, and in every page is a little envelope, see, and then each one is a little map or a little clue or something, and you have to decipher these clues. And then from each clue, I forget, you get a word or a letter or something from each one, and then you put them all together and unscramble it. And no, I'm not going to tell you, Shaz, that's no fun. And so Janet and I worked on this over the phone for some days. We did it pretty quickly, actually. So anyway, there's all these. These are all envelopes. They're all just little envelopes with the little posters inside. And so let's see, what year did I say this came out, or did I say what year this came out? Did I say what year it came out? And then there's clues. Here they are written down, 1 through 16. You have to figure out all the different envelopes and have a decipher in the back. I don't want you to see this. 2018. So Janet and I did this back in 2018. So dubious documents, a puzzle. So it's a little, it's very nicely made with all those inclusions. All right, so there's that. Okay, let's see what's next. I'll try to get through some of these a little quicker. And so yeah, it's Mixed Media Book Day. All right, then I'll show those two last. These are holding up the stacks. All right, let's just go through them one by one. Okay, this one's called Star Branch Spiral Fan. Learn to draw from nature's perfect design structures. Yelenia James. And again, I'll read the ISBN 978-1631-591495. And again, I didn't want to pick a whole bunch of, and I think, Janet, you have this one. Do you have this one, Janet? I think Janet has this. So this is mixed media. It's got watercolor, it's got doodles, it's kind of zentangly, spirally. It's just all kinds of, it's a mixed media, but it's, drawing, painting, coloring. Do you have this book, Janet? I think you do. Are you here, Janet, or did you faint? Because this is right up Janet's alley. I'm waiting. Let me take a bite of banana and see. Is my chat moving here? Are we still on? There we go. You have this book, Devin? Janet, do you have this book too? I think Terry must have it too. So Janet probably has it. She probably stepped away for a second. And it's just got all different kinds of, look, this type of thing. Very cool. Oh, Terry said, no, I don't. Because she said she liked it. I thought she had it. And I thought Janet had it too. Let me try to find one of the pictures of it. I mean, it's just like you can take and just sketch and doodle and like without thinking about, look at that, and just make patterns. I don't know. Janet doesn't usually prepare for a stream until 12:45. I'd be surprised if she knows what she's going to do yet. She might. Sometimes she does, but so there's that Star Branch Spiral Fan. Okay. Then I'm just going to kind of go through here randomly. Yellow Owl's Little Prince, stamp, stencil, and print projects to make for kids. And again, I pulled this, it's made for kids, but it's like you can do it for yourself as well. And Christina Schmidt, Schmidt, and it is 9780770433635. And it's just it's printing, like carving and making your own stamps, which y'all know I love to make my own stamps. We haven't done it in a while, but you can carve your own stamps, printing, making patterns, showing how, letting the kids take the stamps and make things with them, cutting out shapes, making stencils. And so, even though it says it's for kids, I mean, you can adapt this to whatever you're doing. So I just thought I'd pull that one real quick because I'm trying to show different. There's templates in the back. I'm just trying to show different types of mixed media books. Jesus, you have not told her what. Well, you mean suggest? You mean suggest, Tina? Okay, then, and I'm going to try to go through these a little faster. This one is Juliet Crane. Y'all know I use her color books in my napkin journals. And her color books are like this. They're small like this. Juliet Crane's color books with all her creatures like this. And I've got two or three of her color books, and those are the books that I use in my napkin journal, which I don't really do the napkin journal anymore. I showed the napkin journal last week, so I'm not going to pull that and show it. But Inspired by the Little Things, Mixed Media Paintings and Stories by Juliet Crane. ISBN 978-1502-800-534. And I'm trying to to give you all the dates and the ISBN and a quick flip of the rest because I've got a lot here. Let's see. Is it going to be in the back? Probably. There we go. 2014. So this is 2014, Inspired by the Little Things. And her little animals and owls and creatures, they're all in her color books, and that's, what I used her color books in the napkin journal. But here I'm just going to flip through so y'all can kind of see. Juliet Crane. And I'm skipping a lot of pages, but I want y'all to get a kind of a peruse. Very colorful and eclectic. There's a lot in this book. Okay. Then Layers of Meaning, Elements of Visual Journey. Rakefet Hadar. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but Layers of Meaning. The language of the visual journal is a new form of artistic language built of 7 elements: intention, magical coincidence, background, image, line, color, and text. The journal is a simple hand-bound notebook within which we create, using mixed media techniques, artwork that expresses the soul and enables healing, inner freedom, and igniting passion. The book Visual Journaling invites you to a fascinating world where you will reconnect with the inner artist that is hidden in each one of us. And it goes on, but let's see. This one, I think 2021, but I think this is an Amazon book. I think it's Amazon printed. Maybe not. That just looks like it would be, but maybe not. Like, they put, not self-published, but kind of. 978-1075-883804. So, yeah. And it's a lot of eye candy here, too. So I'm just going to flip through so y'all can kind of get. Well, maybe I should move down here a little. Like different projects and inspiration, inspo, as Boo would say. different little projects, little step outs. Collage, mixed media, painting, a lot of tips and tricks throughout. Okay, so that's layers of meaning. All right, then, and again, I'm not really going in any kind of um, order. Am I missing anybody coming in? Oh, Juliet Crane's book's $150. See now, again, guys, don't get mad at me for a whiff. But some of these books are out of print, hard to find, and might be expensive. I just like to show y'all ideas, options. If you see them in used bookstores, try thrift books. Imagining a Forest: Designs and Inspirations for Enchanting Folk Art. Okay, so this is by Danera Mertaliapova. All right. ISBN 978-163-106-2353. Okay. And it is folk art, inspired folk art. And again, I'm just going to give y'all a quick flip so you can kind of get the ideas. Mixed media, you could use gouache, you could use, watercolor, acrylic, you could use pen and ink. And if you want to, like you can look up folk art online and get all these kind of designs and patterns. Again, I didn't pull pattern books. This is probably the closest to a pattern book that I pulled today. But you can look all this stuff up. There's the what do you call it, nesting dolls. Um, so yeah, Phoenix. Lots of fairy tales and done in the folk art style. Okay, Imagining a Forest. Okay, then this one is Mark Harold's workbook. He's a British artist. We did some weeks. Oh, this was a prompt. One of our prompts. Week 61, and ISBN 978-185-8947-099. And again, this is a very eclectic artist as well. What year did this come out? I don't know why it's always so hard to find the page. Here we go. 2012. So this is 2012. Again, mixed media, very eclectic. Look, that's so cool. The studio, different lettering styles, calligraphy. And he's a printmaker as well. So I'm just going to kind of flip here. He's also a printmaker, collage artist, illustrator. I think he even designed a stamp. For some reason, that's sticking in my head. But just so you can see, this is a beautiful book. This is a stunning book. I mean, maybe it's just because I love his style so much, And I don't know what he's doing these days. Like I said, this was 2012. There he is. A lot of patterns, color combos. Kind of reminds me of the, storytelling of Romare Bearden. The storytelling type collages and mixed media. Okay, so there's that one. Mark Harold's workbook. And then I have all her books, but I only pulled one. Sabrina Ward Harrison. And I love her books, and I have them all. but I only brought up one, and this is the first one. I'm pretty sure it's the first one. 19, is it 99? Let me look here. For some reason, I'm thinking it's 19. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Why can't I find the date? For some reason, I'm thinking it's like 1999. Again, I'm not sure how hard this will be to find. 978-1577-310-440. And I'm pretty sure this is her first one. And I think she went, oh, here we go. She went to New York. She's still around online. I still see her on Facebook, and I see her online. 1999, yeah. And lots of eye candy. It's kind of like her personal diary, if you will. And this is her first one, and she has other ones. I have one that the last one that I think I have of that are in the series that she's done has little vellum envelopes and little inclusions and ephemera in it. I didn't pull that, but she uses a lot of ink, a lot of spilled ink, handwriting, writing by hand. Well, Devin said I had added this stream to my mixed media private playlist. Oh, good, Devin. Good idea to keep it on hand. And again, I tried to if you weren't here at the beginning, I did make a list of the books that I did not include today. Like books on just watercolor or botanicals. I think I do have one botanical in here somewhere. But so you can see, look. So if you think your stuff looks messy and you don't like it, look at Sabrina here, people. Come on now. So, but she has quite a few books, and like I said, I only brought up the one just to shout her out and show you one of her books. But she has multiples, as does Orly Avenieri. I have, I think, 3 of her journals, and forward by Tisha Moore, and I just pulled one. And this is she has biographies of her life, and she's had a pretty I don't say a hard life, but she's had a life worth writing about, if you will. I mean, we all do. We all have books in us, but but this is one of hers. Like I said, I think I have 3 of her books, and I'll try to give you all a date here in a minute. I'm not sure if this is her first one. I think it is, but again, a lot of her story is in here. Okay, and the ISBN is 978-774-01415. And Seth Apter wrote the little blurb. Let's see, 2012. So this is 2012. One Artist Journal, Orly Avenieri. Probably saying that wrong. Then this one's an older one too. 1,000 Artist Journal Pages, Don du Vries Sokol. And it is 1,000 different artist journals. Now, I'm going to be real quick with this one because there's 1,000. But let me give you all, see if I can get a date. 2008. So this came out in 2008. Again, I don't know about availability. 978-1592-534-128. And it's 1,000 different journal pages by different artists. Okay, so it is what it says right there. Then this one is Terry Taylor. I have this hardback, and I have a couple others that are similar to these, like the ones I showed you a little while ago, the Lynn Perella and that era of girls. Altered Art. This came out in 2004, and it's all. Let me give you an ISBN. 978-1579-905507. I'm trying to go a little faster to get these last few in, okay? And again, this one, let me go the other way, is altered art, altered books, using books to, and make altered art. Now I like to buy the coffee table books and reverse collage in them and make those kind of altered books. But here's different ways to make books. Here's out of game boards. We've done that before, making a art journal out of a game board, playing cards, frames, all just different kind of things. So that one is altered art, techniques for creating altered books, boxes, cards, and more. Okay. Then so these again are some older ones. Altered Books Workshop, Bev Brazelton. This one is 978-158-180-5352. Date 2004. And again, it's, goes way back to the altered books, collaging, variations, tags, folded pages. These are some older ones, textures. So if you see these books out in the wild, Altered Books Workshop, Mixed Media Collage, Holly Harrison, an exploration of contemporary artists, methods, and materials, 978-1592-533-169. And again, I'm reading those in case, just, if you want to find them quickly. Kat's probably putting them in faster than I, look at her. She's putting them in faster than, hi, Beth, than I can call them out. 2007 Quarry Books. And again, different artists and different, their techniques. So this is different artists with different techniques. And a lot of these you'll find, let me show it again. A lot of these, girls you'll see in Somerset Studio type situations. The Decorated Page, Gwen Diehn. Not sure how Diehn. Decorated Page. This is a hardcover. Lark Books, 978-1579-902-995. The Decorated Page, and this is an older one as well. This came out 2002, and it's all on, art journaling, mixed media, pen, sketchbooks, watercolors, all mixed media. Emblem books. I love emblem books. I bought a book on emblem books. That's really interesting. I'll have to pull that for y'all another day on emblem books. It's really good. It's just a little book. And then here's all just different stenciling, stamping, grids, mandalas, cutouts and add-ons, nature. So lots of different patterns and motifs. Again, I did not pull any pattern books per se. So that one is the Decorated Page, journal, scrapbooks, and albums made simply beautiful. Okay, then these two are newer, and I pulled them both just because Janet has both of these as well, and she likes the watercolor one better than the mixed media. They both have their, this is the Beginner's Guide to Expressive and Imaginative Painting, Kate Rebecca Leach, and they're kind of pattern-esque, But this one is watercolor, and I think this is probably the only watercolor book I pulled. But you can see how this could be used for acrylic, pen and ink, sketching, drawing. You could do all these in pencil, marker, alcohol markers. Janet does a lot of this kind of thing with alcohol markers. So that one is the watercolor one, and then the new one is the mixed media one. I'll give you all the ISBNs here in a minute. These are pretty new. Let's see. This one came out in, I gotta go to the back, I think. Um, I think it just came out like last year, 2025. I think this one was 2024. So, and this one's the mixed media. And again, she takes you through the materials, color wheels, color charts, patterns, um, graphic circles. She's on Instagram too. If y'all want to follow her on IG, you can see all her updated stuff because this is probably the two of the newer books that I have here. Botanical Prints. Okay, so those are by Kate Rebecca Leach. I think this is her. I think she goes by ESSOLDO. I think that's her IG name. That might be her IG name right there. Okay. Oh, let me give you all the ISBNs. The abstract watercolor is 978-1446-310-564. And the mixed media one, and I got them both these off of Amazon. 978-1446-315-613. So those are, and like I said, I think she goes by Esoldo, ESOLDO design on IG. Okay, thank you, Cap, for all the wings. Nut. Okay, then real quick, well, I have time. I've got a couple more minutes. But this was, I think I got this at Barnes and Noble. It's from the Kew Royal Botanical Garden Botanicum Activity Book. Of course, I got it because I think of it in a collage sense, but it's got a hardcover here, and it's got this page right here. Spot the plants that are in this book, and it's kind of like it's an activity book, but I see myself cutting it up. Right? Let's see if I can. And I think this book comes in an oversized book as well. This one's pretty big, but I think it comes in even a bigger version, a taller version. So, how to draw the pieces. There's a grid method. And but you could use any medium, markers, pencils, paint, watercolor, anything. But it's a Botanicum activity book. Oh, and then of course I did pull just an art. I'm not going to flip through the art journaling, but I wanted to shout out art journaling and also Somerset Studio magazines for mixed media. Expressive sketchbooks, developing skills, courage, and confidence. Helen Wells. She's on. I found her on YouTube, and this is her book that came out not too long ago on how to do expressive sketchbooks. And so you can follow her on YouTube. I'll give you the ISBN here. Seeking Inspiration, and follow her on YouTube. Helen Wells. She's out of the UK. And so 978-1-631-598357. Thank you, Tina. So yeah, that one's expressive sketchbooks, developing creative skills, courage, and confidence. And I did not pull all my or any of my. This is the only one that I pulled of clip art books, but clip art books are very inspirational, especially if you want to draw, sketch. You can draw these things, or you can print them out, make copies and print them. They're copyright free. And I got hundreds of these because this was before, collage suit books and stuff like that. And Jane, did I say hi to you earlier? I don't know if I did. Hi, Jane. I shouted you out earlier that Joanne had given you a bunch of books and that they're well deserved for you to color them. If y'all haven't followed Jane Living Skies Color Creates, she's trying to get some goals set on her YouTube channel, and she's been coloring some awesome mouse guard pages and other things, but mouse guard in particular. 13 and Joanne just gave her a bunch of color books, and so she did a flip through of those this morning. 1,300 real and fanciful animals. And I love these kind of things because I see them on old maps. And if you like doing, or studying old maps, these kind of things are really cool for that. Plus, it's good to practice drawing with pencil or just a ballpoint pen. I like to draw these kind of things with just a ballpoint pen. So maybe we can do that. Maybe we can just do some sketching, on Wednesday. I'll hold this out for Wednesday. How about that? Then a couple more here. Nature Imprinted, a complete guide to lino printing with 10 nature inspired designs. Jane Spink, and this is 978-1800-920972. And it's to make your own imprint. Mouse out of the way. And I like it, but I'm not going to, I hand carve my own stamps, but will I be getting this in depth with cutting? No, I will not. But I thought it's just not, I'm not going to use it, but I'm glad I have it. But if I'm going to do stamp carving, it's going to be smaller. But this is more for larger and printing, mono printing and stuff. You could also use those fanciful animals for stamp carving inspo. Yes, yes, that's true. And this kind of thing is very inspo, for that. I see you, Malibu. I'm going to have to wait a minute. I'm almost done. Okay, Secrets of a Devon Wood, My Nature Journal by Joe Brown. Of course, I pulled one to show y'all nature journaling, botanical journaling. And you can do this with pencil, pen and ink, watercolor, mixed media, drawing nature. And there's a gazillion. I've got a whole stack of botanical sketchbook, this kind of nature journaling books, but I only just pulled one. I just want to show samples. 978-1780-724-379. Here comes Malibu. And let's see, what year did this come out? It's like a little 2020, and it's a nature journal. Her sketches, handwriting them out, drawing, bugs, plants, birds, mushrooms, leaves. And so again, this kind of journaling you can do pencil, pen and ink, watercolor. You can use a multi-mixed media techniques to do your botanical nature journaling. Well, come on up. Come on. You're just sitting there like a little rabbit. She's sitting on her hind legs with her feet up on the table. Do you want to come up here? Do you want to come up here? You want Mama to take your picture while you're sitting there like a little rabbit? Oh, she's getting down now. Come on. You can come up here. All right. Then, just a few more here. Creative block. And, all right, you're going to have to lay down. Here, lay down with the little flower. Creative block, discover new ideas, get unstuck, advice and projects from 50 successful artists. Daniela Crissa, the Jealous Curator. Let me see what year this came out. Hang on, let me see if I can find it kind of quickly. 2014. And it's inescapable. Every artist gets blocks. So how do the professionals seem to have a never-ending supply of brilliant ideas? Well, mine ideas, I always tell y'all to write it down. When you get an idea, write it down. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of different artists here talking about in different styles, different mediums, different techniques, different, just different everything, and how they get unstuck. They have little tips, tricks, little creative unblock project number 29. Let me see. Let me find a mixed media some. And then they have questions and answers here, like Kate Pugsley, painting. She's paints. Kate Pugsley is a painter, illustrator, printmaker living in Chicago. Her training in art came from years of classes. It gives her a little bio, and then it gives you what's your favorite medium. Describe the first moment you truly felt like an artist. So it's, very question and answer type, and then some little notes on how to get unstuck. or how she gets unstuck as an artist. And then they just have different artists. Malibu, leave it alone, baby. Let me flip. So, and this one is Chronicle book. I love Chronicle books. The ISBN is covered up, so it's covered up by a. I probably got this off Thrift Books, so you'll just have to look it up unless unless Cap. Oh, she found it already. All right, then a couple more here. The Garden of Dreams, and this is Natalie Latte. I have her sticker books, and I have some of her. This is like a what do you call it? A year art journal kind of thing. And I got it. I don't do, no, I don't do diaries and I don't do planners and that kind of thing. I bought it for the art. So you can see I have her sticker books or sticker book. I have her sticker book with more than one copy, I should say. But this was her, not planner, what do you call it? Calendar, daily calendar book that came out a couple years ago. But like I said, I bought it for the art. It came in a box. 978-152-350-5593. And this is a Workman Publishing, a year of Natalie Latte. And y'all know I have her sticker book, and I've shown that before. But this, again, I buy this kind of stuff. This was 2020 weekly diary for the art of it. Okay, a couple more. This one is Journal Sparks. Emily Newberger. Hi, baby. Let's come down here on the chair. That's why I bought this chair. Journal Sparks, and this is an older one as well, and it came out in 2017. ISBN 978-1612126-524, and 6 irresistible ways to fill the page. And so it's got different colors, map your day, draw your neighborhood, constellations, food. Oh, let me move down just a little. So again, just all different kinds of ways to journal and mixed media. Thank you, Kat. Kat, is your hand getting tired? Okay, then this one, well, my stack just fell over behind me. Okay, let's see here. I'm almost done. Let's move my lights. This one my mother-in-law bought me. Of course, she's been passed away for many years, but I did a project in here. I did a little mini book based on, and here's a magazine article from a magazine about Sarah Ahern Bellamar. And here's what magazine was it? Cloth Paper Scissors Winter 2008 edition. So I cut out the article out of the magazine and I keep it in the book. Anytime I come across something like that, or I have an artist and I have the book, I will, keep that. So the ISBN for this is 978-1592-536-863. With all you're putting in, Kat, you're going to get Amazon wanting you to be an affiliate. Maybe you should be the affiliate, Kat, putting all the links that I talk about, and you can get the affiliate link. You can get the affiliate pay. Painted Pages. Let's see if it was 2008. Let's see. This came out in 2011, and my mother-in-law bought this for me. And again, so I'm just going to flip through it. This is matte paper in this one. And I'll show you the little book that inspired me to make. So I used some of her techniques in here and made a little book following her ideas. And back in 2011, I guess that was when I did this. I might have the date on there on the little book. So again, all kinds of mixed media techniques. Work it out. So here's the little book. It's a little golden book that I painted over. And I don't know if I finished it, but I'll show you as it's... Okay, so So I did this little sampler, and like I said, it's a little golden book, and it's not really sticking. It's been smashed into this book for some years. So I kept some of the pictures of the book of the original. What do you call it? The original children's book. So, and here's how it starts. Start like that, and then I just collaged some, painted some. Didn't finish it, but I just kind of wanted to play around with the technique, so I kept it in there like that. All right, then I got a lot of books to put away before Janet comes on at 1. And I've shown you this before. This is the sketchbook idea generator. Mix and match prompts from your art practice. ISBN is 978-14197-46512. And it's all these different, you can see they're cut up into 3 different, the subject, the medium, and the colors. And then you can just kind of flip open at any place. And so you've constantly got another set of colors, medium or technique, and subject. See? Colored pencil, those colors, a famous bridge. So you see how it works? You can mix and match. You'll have a color here, your medium and technique, and your subject. And then you just do those 3 things. And there's a whole book of them. There's a whole book of them. I'm not sure how many are in there. But anyway, yeah. Jennifer Orkin Lewis, the idea sketchbook generator. Okay, a couple more. This one is create tools from seriously talented people to unleash your creative life. I don't even know why I picked this one out. Maybe just because it was a little something different. Creative conversations to inspire you. Many of us think of creativity as something distant and incompatible with daily life, a skill that artists are born with. But the secret is that we all have an artistic side to us. It's just a matter of discovering our form of art from within ourselves. From the parent coming up with ways to inspire and engage their kids, to the entrepreneur inventing a new product, to the CEO revolutionizing leadership, all of us have many opportunities for creative expression. Successful people know that living itself can be an art. Create by best-selling author and photographer Mark Silber helps unleash the creativity within. Visualize, know your tools, work your craft, refine, and share with the world. And there's more to it, but So this is more on how to be creative. Again, my first tip on any kind of creative anything is always write it down. Write it down. Okay. Then the last 2 books are these 2, which have been these 2 have been holding up all the other books. And again, these are sketchbook journals that I didn't pull a whole bunch of these, just a few, but just to show you the different kinds of books that are out there with multiple media. This is the Sea Journal Seafarer Sketchbooks, and this one is the Explorer Sketchbook, The Art of Discovery and Adventure. Okay, let me give you each ISBN. And these are like $40 a book, so they're not cheap either. 978-1452-158-273. And let's see if I can get you a date. Okay. This one is 2017. First published 2016. This is a 2017 Chronicle book edition. And I love that the format. They're huge books. They're both the same size. And this is different, real explorers. These are actual explorers' notebooks. Real, actual explorers. I shouldn't say real explorers, actual explorers. And there's paintings, their drawings, their sketches, their doodles, their notes. This is actual information from different explorers and their sketchbooks. Okay, very, very, you're going to get so much eye candy and info out of books like this. And again, I chose these two because of the mixed media aspect. There's pencil drawings, watercolor, pen and ink, maps, just all kinds of different mediums in this. But they're pictures of their actual sketchbooks and maps and drawings. Okay, so that one is Explorer Sketchbooks, and then the other is the Sea Journal, the Seafarer Sketchbook. And this one is 978-1-452-1-8-1158. And it's the same kind of thing, except it's seafarers, ship guys. And their travels on the sea. Lots of maps, drawings, sketches, ships, pictures of drawings of boats, maps. Of course, I love old maps, so this I love this one in particular because of the old maps. Lots of old maps, drawings, doodles, sketches, and their actual sketchbooks and their stories, the actual stories of these seafarers. Okay. They're very, very cool, and I think they're both $40 each. And again, they're a few, couple years old. Oh, look at that one! Look at that! Isn't that cool? I mean, it's not cool that they got a whale, but that's what they did back in the day for oil. Um, okay, so that is the Sea Journal and the Explorer Sketchbooks. So they're big, hefty books. All right. Well, those are all the ones I have picked out for the day. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me look real quick over here on the chat. I know I've missed people. I will go back and look at the chat probably later tonight, see what I've missed. Also, leave comments in the comment section. We don't do a lot of commenting in our lives and with in our interactions because we're chatting so much here. And but you can always leave comments. And oh thanks, Devin, you like my little book. Don't say that. I might send it to you and make you finish it like I did that other one. Oh my goodness, the painted pages one. All right, guys. Well, again, Janet comes on in about an hour and a half, and I hope y'all enjoyed this. And thank you so much, Elise. I do appreciate that. I do. Where'd you go? There you go. Thanks, guys. I do appreciate it. And thanks, Terry. And we'll see y'all at Janet's. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day. Don't forget, I stream every Monday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and we will see you later. Bye, guys.